Hello everyone, welcome to the third day of 5 days of 5 low level design challenge. Just like the previous days, today also we'll try to take a problem statement, and with that we'll try to understand that what is the best way of designing that. In the last 2 days we talked about solid design principle, we talked about the creation design pattern, and today we are going to understand the nuances, the meaning, the use cases of structural design pattern. So we'll do and learn, and that's how we'll start with the problem statement, understand what is that, and then while solving it we'll try to understand the approach, build it, do a low level design of that, and in the process we'll try to master few structural design patterns like adapter design pattern, decorator design pattern and others. So let's get started. So without much delay, let's quickly jump up to the problem statement. So the problem statement is on the screen, and the problem statement says that we are developing a multimedia streaming application. Multimedia streaming application. Streaming application could be like YouTube, Spotify, Netflix. Like this, I want to go and create a multimedia streaming application. Very nice. That supports various type of media, including video, audio, and images. Okay, so we have the different types of the media forms, videos, audio and the image. So I want to go and build an application, sir, right? It's a streaming application which can which can support or play media. And right now, as of now, we have three types of media. We have a video, we have a audio, and we also have an image. Perfect, very nice. The application need to handle different media formats. Yes, we have video, audio and image. Provide efficient storage and enable seamless playback for the users. So for the irrespective of which media that I am talking about, the user should be able to play back. To achieve this, what we need to do, we need to implement the multiple structural design patterns to organize and manage the multimedia elements efficiently, right? So through this, my idea is that how do we go and design it using the best of the design patterns available to solve this problem. Now, anytime you are given a problem statement, never jump directly to write the code. First of all, try to understand that what you have to build and how. So one thing that I see here is that I have to go and play a media player. Right, and typically I can go and say that this media player should have a play method, which should play the different types of media. Now if we go and talk about what are the different types of media that we have, right, the different types of the media that we have a video, right, we have typically the video, we have audio, and then we have image. Now if you try to see here, these two kind of videos, both video and audio, they are somehow similar to play, right? But this image is slightly different. But my expectation is that my media player should be able to play any kind of media. So be it video, audio, or be it image, the same play method I should be able to achieve this, right? But these are two different types of entities. So whenever a situation happens when you have two entities, entity 1 and entity 2, and if both of them are not compatible, and I still have to make sure both of them work together, we use a design pattern in that case called as a adapter design pattern. I think adapters you guys have already seen in your real life. When do we use it? Let's say that I have a pin which is 3-pin plug, right? And then let's say that I have a socket which is only 2, which allows 2 pins. Now if I have to use 3-pin plug in a socket which can allow only 2 pins, what I'll have to do? I'll have to make use of some kind of adapter. So the adapter can take the 3-pin input and then it gives 2 output which could be connected to a socket with the 2 pins. Similar concept, similarly we'll have to go and arrange here. So one thing that I understand is that I have to somehow make work the image entity with the video and the audio entity, and I believe here adapter design pattern should be used. So when we write code, we'll see that how that happens. That's one observation. The another observation that I need to do here is that I know that this the streaming media player, this needs to provide the support for multiple medias. So basically it is dealing with the collection of different media types. So in order to solve this problem more streamlined, more seamlessly, what we need to help, we have to do the the good handling, like how we handle the media. The similarly you have to go and handle the the group or the collection of the medias, right? And to do this, we again make use of another design pattern. Can you guys guess and put that into the chat, that what design pattern can I go and make use of? Can you guys put that into the chat? That design pattern that will help us achieve that is called as a composite design pattern. It's called as composite design pattern. We'll see that in action when we write code, that how does this works out. That's number 2. And number 3 is that every time, it's common thing that you have seen that any video or audio, it can be available in different configurations. For example, I would like the high quality video or high quality video, and I can afford that if my internet connectivity is good. In the case of the internet connectivity is less, I would like to have the lower resolution video. So we need to decorate this so that the same video or the same audio or the same image could be of multiple quality. So we also need to decorate, and that's why we make use of a decorator design pattern. So if you go and make use of all these patterns, typically it will help us build a more scalable, robust and a flexible design example. So let's directly jump into the code and see that how we can build this application from the scratch, where you go and make use of the adapter design pattern, we go and make use of the composer design pattern, and we also get to make use of decorator design pattern. So let's get started. So if I go and open my IntelliJ, right, I have done a very simple setup to run the code, and that is I have an IntelliJ which you can see on the screen. If I go and run this main file just to check if everything is fine, it's working all correct. So what I go and do is that let me go and define something called as package, and let me go and call it medias. And inside that we're going to find a class called as and should be have to have interface, and we're going to call it as media. Perfect. So any media that we have in hand typically should have a method called as play. So I go and write void play. Very nice. So I define this interface called media, and then let's try to define the two different types of media. So let me go and call this one of the media as video, and then I go and call it as implements, and I go and call it as media. When I go and do this, I'll have to go and implement the methods play, and I'll go and say that and let me go and define a file name. Let's call it private string which video file that I'm implementing. So I know video file name, and let me go and define the constructor, right? So I go and take this file name, and this file name will be printing, and I can go and say that SOUT playing video plus file name. Very nice. So I go and call this, let me go and call it this dot file name. Awesome. Similarly, I can go and define another file called as audio file. Let me go and define the class called as audio, and I go and implement media, and then I have to go and implement this method called as play. Now inside this, let me go and keep a file again here, private string, and I go and call it as file name, right? And then I go and define the constructor, right? And this is the play method. I go and put here SOUT, and I go and call it as playing audio, and this will be this dot file name. Very nice. So I have an audio file, I have a video file, and I have a media file. That looks perfectly fine. And we have another media type called as image. Now if you look around the image will be slightly different than video and the audio, right? So here what I can do is that in the case of the image, I'm going to define private string and then file name. This is all good. Constructor remains similar. I'm going to define this, and images are not played, right? They are displayed. So I can just go and say that public void display, right? And I can go and say that displaying image file name. Very nice, right? So I have an image, file name, constructor, display, displaying image, file name. Cool. But if I try to look out here, right? So our file call is a video, and video has a method called as play. On the other hand, image has a method called as a display. So can you see this? This video object or audio object are similar, having the same method called as a play, but the image object will have a method called display. So these are two different types of entities and objects which are not compatible. I cannot have one player which has a play method and which can play video and audio, but if I try to play the image, it will not work because image does not have a play method. So in order to fix this problem so that video, audio and image, they all can be played at the same level, we make use of something called as adapter design pattern. And how do we do it? We go and introduce an adapter in between. So what we do here is that in order to solve this, I go and define a class called as image adapter. And this implements media, right? And then if it implements media, then what I go and do? I have to implement the play method. And this guy takes something called as private image, and this I can take as a constructor argument. Very nice. And then I go and play, and inside the play what I can do is that I can say that this dot image dot display. So this image adapter is basically trying to adapt the image and then convert the display method of the image in the form of a play method. So now audio, video and image adapter are now can be played at the same time, right? It could be done at the same time. This is how you go and make use of adapter design pattern, right? That's cool. So that's one part of it, right? We have seen that how the adapter design pattern works. But now let's try to see that I have another requirement. I would want to have the high quality images or high quality videos. I want to decorate the existing object. How do I do it? So in order to do that, we can again go and make use of something called as a decorator design pattern. So what I do here is that let me go and define another package and let me go and call it as decorations. And inside that, let me go and define a class. Let me go and call it as media decorator. Normally you keep these kind of classes as abstract, so I can call it as the public abstract class, and this is gonna implement media. Very nice. And inside that what I go and say that protected, and I go and call it as media, and I go and say that decorated media. Okay. Now what I'll do is that I'll go and define a constructor with this. The constructor is defined, and then this decorated media should be able to play. So I go and say the public void play, and this should be this dot decorated media dot play. Very nice, cool. So this is a media decorator. Media decorator takes a media right? And whatever media that it takes, it goes and plays it. Can you try to see this? Media decorator object will take a media, as you can see here, and whatever that media is, it has been passed, it's gonna play it, right? So now this is an abstract class. I have to go and define a concrete class. So I'm going to define this as a new class. I go and call it as a high quality media decorator. High quality media decorator. Now this high quality media decorator will what I go? It will go and do the extends media decorator, and then what I'll have to do is that I'll have to go and pass this media decorator, because this media decorators needs a constructor, so I need to go and call this constructor, right? And once that is done, then I will also have to go and define method called as public. I go and say that void play, and here I can go and say that super dot play, and then I go say enhancing playback quality. So this is how we go and make use of our decorator design pattern. As you can see here, what we do, we go and define a media decorator which takes a media object, right? And then we define a concrete high quality media decorator. So whenever this object will be called typically, right, and I go and call the play method, it will go and create play the media, and then we'll try to make sure that its quality is getting improved as we have written this line here. Now since we have done, it's time to go and see that how we can define the collection of the media items, and there we make use of the composite design pattern. It's pretty and no-brainer much. So what we do here is let me go and define package class called as utility, and inside this package we go and define a class called as media collection. Okay, so I go and define a class called media collection which implements media. Okay, and inside this, if that is the case, then I'll have to go and implement the method which is called as play, right? Now for doing this, this media collection might be able to play the multiple media. So for that, what I'm going to find, I'm going to find something called as private list, and I go and say that media, and it should be the media list equals to new array list. Okay, this is working fine. Right, so I have defined this media list. Now since it is private, I have to go and initialize it, so I go and define a constructor for the same. Okay, so the media list got created, and inside this play now, what I have to do is that, see how I go and play each individual media, I have to now play the list of the media. So what I can do, I have to go and iterate. So I go and say that for media to media list, and I need to, so I just need to go and do the media dot play. Fair enough. So this is how I go and define the media collection. Now if you see here, because of this pattern, I have made use of this composite pattern here. I have made use of composite design pattern. I'm able to get this list of this media items, and then I'm able to have the play method. So as you can see, however is the media method, right? This media interface also has a play method, and this media collection is also having a play method. So what it means that when you make use of this in this design pattern, which is a composite design pattern, it helps you achieve a situation where you can deal with the object and the collection of the objects the same way, right? So this is how it works. And finally, what I can do is that I can go and define an app called as a multimedia app, multimedia app that we wanted to create. And let me go ahead and define PSVM, and then I go and say that media video equals to new media, new video, and I'm going to call it as movie dot mp4, and then I can have media audio new video song dot mp3, and then I can go and say that media image is equal to new video. Now this audio should be not video, but it should be like audio, and this image should be new image. And it should be, for example, picture dot jpg. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to define the high quality decorator. So I'm going to say that media high quality audio equals to new high quality decorator, and inside that it will go and take audio. Fair enough. Now new image, media image, new image. This is not working, as you can just realize. In order for this to work, I'll have to go and make use of image adapter. I think this will work out. This looks fine. If I go look around the image adapter, let's try to see how does it happens. Image adapter has an image. Now in order to create this, what I'll have to do is that I have to first of all go and create an image. So first of all, I go and create an image G equals to new image, and I go and call it as picture dot jpg. And what it is expecting here is that in the media image I should go and pass this image object. Okay, so I'm going to define the high quality media decorator, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to call it as media collection equals to all media equals to new, and I'm going to call it as media collection. Very nice. Now in this media collection, all media dot add. If we look at the media collection takes a array list, right? So what I can do here is that here I can go and say that new array list. Perfect. So I go and pass this, and what I can do here is that all media dot. Now if I go and see that all media collection, I should have a method called as a play, and I should also have a method called add media, right? Then only it will work. So I go and say the public and go I say that void and then add media, and then I go and pass media, and here it will go and say that media list dot add media. Awesome. So now when I come back to this multimedia app here, so I go and say that add media dot all media dot add media, and I go and pass video, and I can also go and pass dot high quality audio, right? And then all media dot add media, and I can go and pass image. So if you see here, I have a video, I have high quality audio, and I have an image, and all of them has to be played. So what I can do is I can just go and say that all media dot play, and this should work. If I go and run this, let's try to see what happens. Go and run this. I see that I'm playing video, I'm playing audio, then I'm enhancing the playback quality, and then I'm displaying the image. So sir, this is how we have made use of structural design pattern, right? The structural design pattern to make sure that the project that I have written is scalable, it is following solid principles, and it is easy to understand and maintain. So this was our day 3, and by now I believe we have put a strong foundation of understanding the design principles. We have understood the design pattern, both creational and structural. So stay tuned in this 5 days 5 LLD challenge. In the next one we'll try to cover another concept using the projects, and finally on the 5th day, please keep tuned in. We'll make sure that we are taking the interview questions, the questions like designing the multi-level car parking, designing the parallel elevators. We'll try to take up these kind of questions and discuss that with you people in this. If you're liking this kind of video, please put that into the chat, tag me over the LinkedIn, and I'll make sure that your efforts are actually heard around. So keep on learning, keep on hustling, make sure that you're learning every day, ensuring your success in the path of career. Thank you.